Today in the Woodyard, the pallet store was open and we've got a pile of cherry that's begging to be split. Here we go. So this morning I stopped on my way here to, I have two different places where I get pallets all the time, and both places had pallets, so I grabbed a bunch. Nothing spectacular, but stuff that'll work. This is still the pallets that I got the last time I made a run, and I went and got the rest of these at the same place I got this, and then one other place I got a few. So I got some more pallets, and I'm going to throw them on the ground right over here so they're right up front where I need them. And then my cherry here is just looking at me saying, split me, split me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Right now it's about 88 degrees. It's supposed to get to 92 or 3, they're saying today. It's almost noon now. And so I brought my pop-up shelter, and I'm going to go get a fan I've got inside. I was going to bring a big one, but all I got is a little one, but it's better than nothing. So I'm going to go grab that. We're going to hook it up. I'm going to put up the shelter, and well, first I'm going to unload the pallets. I'm going to put the shelter together, and I'm going to go get the fan and bring that out, and we're going to blast myself while I do some splitting, because I got enough time. I think I can get this pile done today. It'd be sweet if I could. So let's see what happens. It's time to get to work. So a lot of you that watch the channel all the time know that I get free pallets at a lot of different places. So if you've never had a need for pallets and you want to get some in the past, if you never had any, you want to get some, Craigslist. Just go look under free stuff, or just look up pallets. About once a week somebody will be there and they'll be getting rid of pallets. Sometimes you only get a few, sometimes you get a bunch. The two places I go to all the time always seem to have pallets when I go. It's just a matter of when you go, and I find that it's always best to go on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. Today's a Sunday morning. I go there a lot of times because there's no one there. The whole week's worth of work is done, and they've got all the pallets stored in a pile. Because I find a lot of places that do the recycling, whether it's of wood materials that they come and get and they take it and grind it up, or a lot of the garbage services, the waste services, they'll come and they'll pick a lot of stuff up on Mondays and Tuesdays. So it's good to go like towards the end of the week. So anyway, we're gonna get these out of here. Now these are stringers that I get. These are from a company that sells mattresses, and these are the frames that they come in off the trucks. And as you can see, they're nothing special, but they're just the right size to put two together. You get them off the ground, and it's kind of, I don't know, they're probably about, they're not 8 feet. They're like, I don't know, what are they? Let's see here. Yeah, they're probably 6.5 feet. So a lot of times I'll use these and I'll do single rows stacked on these just like this. So put these over here. I'm going to set them over to the side. But they do work out nice. A lot of times I put them in between regular pallets just to give a little more space. So we're going to get these all unloaded now and get to work. So there are the stringers that I use stacked. These are the pallets, and about 3 of those from that pile also. There's only one real prize of the day. That's this one right here on top. This is all oak. It's super solid. It's super heavy. And that is the best kind to get if you can. Usually when I'm getting free pallets, they're free for a reason. Usually they got some busted boards, or you know, they're missing a board, or they're really old and kind of a little bit wobbly. But for stacking firewood on, they don't have to be anything spectacular. They're going to be left outside anyway, and on the bottom, laying on the ground or on the ends. And these here, the good ones, the oak ones, if you can find them, you're probably going to have to pay for them. I have bought some years, I guess 5-6 years ago, I bought some from a cement company, and they had, I had to have some, and I couldn't find any free ones, and I had to have some to get stacking wood. So I went and I bought, it was a couple dozen, like 24 or so, and I got them for $2 a piece. But they were oak, and they had cement bags, you know, for mixing cement on them. So real solid pallets. Then I also got some at a foundry that's not too far from here too. Those I got for free. But the oak ones are the best if you can get them. And if you are going to buy them, you're going to pay anywhere from $2 on the low end to like $6 on the upper end. I've seen them where they've been advertised quite often for, you know, like $2.50, $3 a piece. So if you want to buy them, you're going to probably get better pallets and probably better quality as far as the wood that they're made out of. So there's something to think about. Now we're going to go set up the pop-up shelter, and we're going to get to splitting. There it is, set up. I obviously had to put the legs kind of into the pile there, but that'll come down as I dig into there, and the sun is going to go that direction, so I'll gain shade here. I'll just kind of move the shelter out. And I got a couple pallets set up here, and I've got the fan blasting on me right here, so that'll be going that way. We got a little bit of a breeze. You can see the flag over there. It is moving a little bit. We got probably, I don't know, it's a nice breeze coming from the southwest, so it's kind of blowing the heat in, which is not good, but I'm already sweating. I haven't even done any wood yet. But it'll be better than not having any wind, and the fan combined would be really nice. And I'm going to kind of work on the what I call the non-heat side, because on this side where the engine is right here, puts off a tremendous amount of heat between the pump and the engine and the exhaust. There's just a lot of heat right here on this side. This is the hot side, so I want to be over there, and hopefully I won't die of heat stroke today. So I already got sweat in my eyes, so I'm going to get to work right now. Well, I've been splitting now for about an hour, and it's time for me to grow a brain. I don't feel good, so I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna do something else. Right now, there's almost no wind. I mean, just barely moving. The fan helped a lot, but right now it's hotter than a prostitute in a confessional. It's just not good. It's hotter than a black van full of people coming from across the southern border, stuck in the noonday heat out in the desert with no gas. It's hot. So I just don't feel right. I'm kind of that fuzzy, just kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I just don't feel clear. And when you run a machinery, it's just not the way to do it. I even went inside and cooled off for about 10 minutes and still don't feel right. I got kind of a dull headache, and I've been drinking a lot. I already drank, I don't know, 2 big Powerades and some water, and just not right. So I am not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do something smarter. I'm going to go back into the shade. I'm going to start up the tractor, and I'm going to try to move some stumps, because that I can do with my wrist. And it's shaded back there, so that's where we're going next. There we go. Well, I just went inside for about another 20 minutes, drank a whole nother 16 ouncer. Just kind of cooled off. I feel better already. Even though I was under the shade, the tarp up there, it's still warm out there, because you get all that heat coming off the ground blowing at you there. It's much cooler back here in the shade. So what I'm going to do is, if you see these stumps right here, I had Brady dig these out a couple days ago, and I just dug a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I got my chainsaw, and I got a crappy old chain on there. I'm just going to cut the roots here, here, here. And I'm probably, I'm going to cut into dirt, but I'm going to try to cut them loose and then scoop it out with the bucket. That's the biggest one. Here's a little one here that I haven't dug out yet. I did get that dug out, and then this one's like a medium-sized one over here that I got dug out. So yeah, I'm just going to cut them so they're kind of level with the ground, because I am going to take the dirt from the berm there. I'm going to fill this all in, because from where the truck is to here is about a 4 or 5, it's probably almost a 5-foot drop. So I'm just going to fill this in about a foot so it's less steep, because then eventually I'm going to put gravel here as my plan. But I'm going to dig it out, fill this in through here, and just kind of level this off. Not level it, but just get it so it's less steep, because when it rains really hard, the water just runs through here like a river. So, and I want to be able to put gravel down all the way through back to where the tractor is here, all the way around through here, and then all the way through over there, going all the way around the piles that I have, so I can drive in here year round, so I can plow it. I can work in here and be on gravel instead of in dirt and mud and all that good stuff. So I'm going to dig this out a little bit, and then I'm going to start the saw up, and I'm going to do a little cutting on them, and then we're going to see if we can rip them out with the bucket. Well, as you saw, that was a big fail. Too much roots. I didn't cut them. I didn't cut down enough round far enough, and just don't have the power because the ground is really hard, and these trees were just cut off not even a year ago. So they're really solid yet. They're not going anywhere. So I went back in, sharpened up the saw, and I'm just going to cut them as low as I can, just cut them across and then fill in with dirt. Because the main reason I want to do this, obviously, is that if I'm plowing back here, I don't want to have stumps. And this is where I want to be able to push from all the way where the truck is, all the way back through here and push all the snow that way, and then push all the snow back over this way. So this is kind of like my escape routes this way. So I definitely don't want stumps sticking up, causing problems. I want to get the ground as level as not level, but I want to be as smooth as possible with the taper going back into that area there where I can shove all the snow. So I went in, sat down, and sharpened the saw, got it tightened up, down to just nubs on the saw. I'll show you here. There's almost nothing left of this chain. Yeah, I sharpened it up, but look at here. There's nubs. This side's a little higher, but there's just nothing left. I'm right to the line, or even past the line on there. So now I should be able to just cut. If I can cut one of them, and maybe I'll have to sharpen again, put a different chain on, because when you hit the dirt, they don't last long. But that's why I use a crappy old chain. So I'm going to see if I can get one of these 3 cut off, and then see how we can do on another one. So here we go. It sucks. It just gets dull so fast. This is just not the right way to do it. Should just rent a stump digger. Dig it out. Oh, I'm giving up. I'm not doing anymore. I'm toasted. That's it for today, folks. I quit. Hit the buttons. Tell me how bad that was, because I know it was bad. just did not go good. I will work on it some more. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my axe and do it the old-fashioned way and just chop it out. I can chop that out probably lots faster than what this would be, because they're just maple, not hard to chop out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop them out the old-fashioned way, the Paul Bunyan style. So it's different today, folks. Hit the buttons, you know what to do. Hit the like, the subscribe, the share, all that good stuff. And tomorrow I'll be back here sweating, and you should come and join me. It'll be fun. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting. Good night, Irene.